Wireless shit show, wireless shit show, la 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 la. Wireless shit show, wireless shit show. It's dark matter and Gil Kintaro. Wireless shit show, wireless shit show, la 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 la. Wireless shit show, wireless shit show. It's dark matter and Gil Kintaro.
It's a beautiful day in the Wi-Fi neighborhood.
Show, la 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 la. Wireless shit show, wireless shit show.
All right, audio's on. And we're live.
We is live.
Welcome to this
Hi.
edition of the Wireless Shit Show. Today is September 21st.
It is.
Happy 21. Actually, for you, time traveler, it's September 22nd.
It is. It is the 22nd. 922. 922.
922.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
It's like twice 9/11.
Oh dear.
What? Suddenly.
Now we're going to get canceled.
Suddenly everything goes quiet. Yeah, that's not funny, man. So it's been a week. What's up, brother?
Been a week. Oh,
Oh,
man,
every day.
it's been an insane week. Oh my gosh. What did you do to me? It's like I went from talking with you,
Mhm.
lovely can of Red Bull, from talking to you to like, I don't know, the world just fell apart like around me. Like, I don't know what the dealio was. There was like a lot of issues, work issues, more work issues, trying to get stuff wrapped up. Anyways, we made it to Tuesday. Congratulations.
You mean Wednesday?
Yeah, well, you made it to Wednesday. I've almost made it to Wednesday.
Wow, variable labor once again with the tier 1 sub. Still don't know what that means for me, but I figured out it must be something good.
It means that I can buy you more coffee on Buy Me a Coffee.
Ah, nice. Thank you. I could use some more coffee. So yeah, I've been getting ready for the 50K this weekend. This Saturday, I'm doing a 51.3 kilometer, well, 54-ish, I guess.
54 kilometers.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insanity.
I don't know how much that is in miles.
Uh,
I think it's like 30. Yeah, it's about 34 miles.
There you go, 34 miles.
I'm trying a different strategy and route this time because the river that I walked through last year is flooded. We had some terrestrial downpouring in the last couple of days, and it's absolutely flooded. The banks are all like muddy and shit, and like I'm not walking there. And the problem with last year was that the midsection, which is about 20 kilometers of the riverbank, is
Yeah.
mind-numbingly boring. It's like the first 3K, it's kind of fun because they're like, oh, it's kind of nature, it's so full, it's like nice, but then it's just like flat. It's like, yeah, it has been the same like this for the last 2 hours,
Yeah.
just like so. I'm gonna go through the city, which should be more fun and exciting. It also allows me to utilize stores and vending machines more efficiently, so less weight for me to carry. If I get hungry, I just jump in a store, grab something to eat. If I get thirsty,
Yeah.
I can get something to drink. So
Dude, that's going to be so epic.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm very excited to hear about this.
I might fail midway, but hey, then I'll just take the train back and I'll try again.
There is no failure.
There's only trying.
There's only trying.
So if you don't hear from me for a week, you know that I died. I'll probably post some pictures on my Instagram as we go, because
Nice one.
that's where I like to be. That's where I like to post stuff. So oh yeah, well, hold on. See, that's the difference between you and me, Milkman. Death for you might be as failing. Death for me is actually success because I don't have to deal with shit anymore. Like my whole life is like this really long, convoluted suicide plan.
Or so you think. Imagine on the other side that you will have to do nothing but tech support, tier 1 tech support. Hi, thank you for calling tech support. This is Kintaro. How can I help you? Have you tried turning it off?
No. Is the cable plugged in? Yeah, I've done that. I'm not going back to that.
We did our time, damn it.
Damn it, fuck yeah. This is back in the
Did you
day.
see the tweet of the stories? It's like, please tell us some of your help desk stories.
Dude, I had a guy call in and said he wants to use the internet, but he had a typewriter. I had to explain him, and the internet does not work on a typewriter.
Maybe a very advanced version of a typewriter.
No, it was like those electric typewriters.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
electrical, right? But he read
Right.
on the newspaper that if you have like a computer thing, imaging, then you could access all this knowledge and shit. And you just go in and ask him, so what computer do you have? He's like, oh, I have this Brother ES42. And I'm like, what the fuck is an ES40? I look it up or whatever thing was. It turns out it was an electric typewriter. I'm just like, yeah, no, sir, it doesn't work on that. And it's like, well, it said in the newspaper. It's like, no, I don't care about it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I did go visit the Stairs of Success as a good omen. And
Yeah, I saw that, and I went and researched all of the things about it.
yeah,
That is a really, really interesting story.
it is. It's a fun place. The funny thing is, at the very bottom it says, "Do not train here." It's a shrine. It's blasphemy to train here. But apparently, some people were like using it to do leg day.
Yeah.
just going up and down, and people were the followers started to complain. So
Makes sense. It's a holy place. So,
and then of course this week my rig decides to crap out. So I'm like, damn it, 4 more days and you'd be fine. And I was getting all these weird Kismet errors, and I was like, damn, it's like this doesn't make any sense. Because and I was talking to Dragon, he's like, yeah, I can't reproduce that. I'm like, it could be just my environment because I have a very special environment. I'm like, nah. So we tried all these different things, and I'm like, fuck, I can't figure it out. And because it will launch and then it will just kind of die off, but it will be running in the background. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Because it's like, you know how when Kismet exit it says, you should reset your network and whatnot. So it does that.
right.
So I'm like, okay, Kismet is down, dead.
Right.
But if I look at the process, it's running in the background. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, that is interesting.
Right.
What did you do?
And it would be, and it would like kind of run for another 2 hours and just kind of silently die off. Like nothing will happen. And like 2 hours later, like to be dead again. I'm like, what the hell? And I was getting all these other weird issues. And then I was just like reboot and tried to restart Kismet. Now it wouldn't launch. And I'm like, what the fuck? Turns out my SD card was worn out.
Whoa.
The funny thing is the SD card is worn out for Kismet to run properly, but it's not worn out enough to fail it through a file check.
Oh my
FS
gosh. Interesting.
Right. So I popped it into one of my other devices, and I ran a SD card test on it.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, it has some basics. And like I exact same rig, new card, new fresh install, fine. It's been running for 14 hours now. All right.
You're running it too hard, man.
Well, bitch better catch it.
That's crazy, but it makes sense though, because like he's got everything all multi-threaded, right? And so it's all like run into different things. So parts of it will still continue to run, but it's hanging on probably the IO, like waiting for to get back from the SD card.
Right.
And then you're getting so much stuff like chunked up in the buffer that finally it's going to overload RAM. Wow, that's interesting.
But yeah, the funny thing is, thought about going from SD to SSD. Yeah, I did, but the problem is that I need to keep the rig mobile, and any SD, SSD, HD solution requires too much power. So, and
yeah, he can't spare another 2 or 3 grams.
Not if you're walking. Unlike you guys when you're driving cars and shit, it doesn't really matter. But
or run.
Yeah, if it runs on my backpack, I mean, right. So yeah, power issue is a big thing for me. That's why I also don't run alpha cards, because there's power hogs, and I don't want to run a battery with a powered USB hub.
Well, too, I mean, you're talking, you're going to be going for 34 miles. So like, what's your expected time? Do you have like an estimated time?
Well, I think probably somewhere around. Well, the thing is, this time I'm gonna take it slower too. Like I'll be walking, but I'm gonna enjoy the walk. Like last year, I was first the initial part, it was like I was excited, so I started going out. Then the mind-numbingly boredness hit me for the mid 20th 30K.
Yeah.
And then the last 10K or so, I was just fighting the cold because I was like down cold to my bones. I'm like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. And my legs started to freeze up because of the cold and shit.
Yeah.
This time I'm probably fighting the heat more, but I'm thinking 12 hours.
Yeah.
Taking break with the breaks in between.
Yeah. Wow.
And I think 12 hours will give me a good enough brisk pace that, like, theoretically, at my speed, I probably could do it at 10 hours if I did it straight.
Right.
But at the same time, I want to take pictures. I have to upload to Instagram. I got to get my IG game going on.
Your IG game is on point, brother. I gotta say, you do a good job. I always enjoy stalking you on the Instagrams.
I like the platform, despite the fact that it's Facebook, but whatnot. So yeah, fresh kit, fresh install. The only problem is, like, now I have to fine tune all the tunings in that I've had on the other rig.
Well, were you able to like pull off any of your configs and stuff off of the old one?
No, here's the thing: the old card reads fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's just when you use it.
When I use it, it craps.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
that's good.
Yeah,
that means not too much work to resurrect it.
No, I just have to remember all the little tunings that I've done to like all the little, like, scripts and all the settings. I have a running note, like a notepad note that I keep adding to every time I do something, so I can just visit that. Except, like, it's really disorganized because it's me. But no, Bill, we're not talking about Kismet tuning. Kismet tuning is fine. Kismet tuning is easy.
Yeah.
The issue is with the more fine tuning of the operating system, like turning off syslog and setting up cron jobs and fine tuning fstab and things like that. So all of that kind of stuff. So can I build a new system image and not the mirror? Yeah, well, I tried that. The only problem is that each card in each install is actually not exactly the same, depending on the card and how my rig feels. Like, there are odd quirks here and there that are like different every time I install it. So
yeah, I feel you on that. Like, every time that I set up a new drive in one of my systems, it's the exact same way. It's like, or the other thing is, I get it working and I'm so blown away that it's just working that I totally forget to go back and image it, because I'm like, I'm not pulling nothing apart now.
I'm not touching it.
Like, I'm not touching it. It's like, let's go run it until it dies, and then we'll figure it out. Yeah, I could definitely do a better job of keeping track of my changes. Yeah. So, but
notepad it is. One thing I do need to run but quickly. I know what it is, but I haven't opened it. Brandon Lane on Twitter, at Brandon Lane, known for, I think he's the creator for the what's it called, mystery challenge coin. It's this PCB challenge coin that has like a puzzle on it. Let me just make sure that I get that right. Brandon, Enigma in the Machine. Designer, maker, MacGyver. He also, I guess, Pocket Enigma is part of his thing, their thing, I guess. The pronouns, no pronouns, so his or hers. Theirs. They took a what's it called? Hold on, just give me a second. They took a what is it called? Smart Response XC, which apparently was a thing that they gave out at educational institutions for things, and they turned it into an Enigma machine, which is kind of cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah, he also the E-Challenge coin by Brandon Lane Studio. Yeah. So
that thing looks dope.
They have been kind enough to send me this, and I know what it is, but I haven't opened it, so it's in here.
Yeah.
The labels are taped up because I don't trust any of you fuckers. And it's not captured. Oh. Oh.
I'm so excited. We're doing a letter opening. I found the
Oh.
site and am pulling it up, and it looks really neat. The video of this thing looks
So it says, here's
pretty
the
dope.
hope you enjoyed this e-challenge card. You'll find more details at site B. Check out what they got me. Da, 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 da. This is a limited edition I get, apparently.
Whoa, that's not even the same thing that I was linking.
No, this isn't released.
Oh snap!
Apparently, so there's a crypto puzzle on it. You can see that it has some UART pins right there. Right.
Interesting.
Case looks 3D printed. Nice print. It has some
Yeah, that looks really good.
There's a battery thing in there. Oh, I'm looking forward to playing with this thing.
Wait, why did he send it to you? Doesn't he know who you are?
Oh, I would assume.
Don't they know who you are?
They contacted me over Twitter and says, hey, we got this thing. Would you like me to send one? I'm like, you really don't have to, because I mean it's a nice gesture, but you know, oh hey, it comes with a battery. Oh cool, we can pop it in.
Ooh.
Which is amazing.
Is this like a spoiler thing? Like, are you not supposed to show it yet? Like, is there a date on the inside that says don't show till?
No.
Like, this is like world exclusive.
Well, no, apparently they were trying to release it for DEF CON this year, but that didn't pan out for them.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. Trust me, we've all been there.
Totally know how that goes. Oh snap. Okay, so there is information about it. I found it on the interwebs.
Yeah, hold on. I get something. I'll be right back.
It's called the e-challenge card.
Yeah.
The e-challenge card was a canceled challenge. Looks for like it was supposed to be for the 2020 Hackaday Super Conference, which didn't happen. And they said it was not ready anyways. Let's see. Yeah, this looks really interesting. Sarah and the chemistry quiz. Sarah visits her best friends from university and they quickly get up to their old mischief. The story is accessed through the 9600 baud 8N1 connection on the upper right edge of the challenge card. The 4 pins are labeled GVTR for ground, 3 volts, transmission, and receive. Don't forget to connect transmit to the challenge card to receive on your UART adapter. It only outputs the line feed, so you may need to configure your terminal to add carriage returns. The e-challenge card may be powered using the 3.3 volts and ground pins. It will tolerate up to 3.3 volts. Has tactile buttons. It has a wake button to start the challenges.
All right, I got to play with this a little bit.
And there's a demo mode
to figure it out. I can't.
And yeah, it looks like it was planned for DEF CON as well. And then things got a little bit weird. As we all know how it does when you get things working for DEF CON. So totally understand there. Dude, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, right. Kind of neat. So I'm looking forward to playing with it. I'm not a puzzle master like Lost. All hell Lost.
All hail.
This week's name drop, Lost.
Lost. Side note, go check out his Down in the Park on Twitch.
Yeah.
I think it's on Fridays and then other times randomly.
Yes.
He does some really randomly cool stuff.
Dude, Lost has introduced me to some weird ass music over the years. Apparently, for him, it's like. Apparently, he was. It's a normal thing, but for me, it was just like, where the hell does this music come from? But it's always fun. Anyway, that was it. In the news, I have two quick news updates. Bangladesh,
News updates.
if in
News.
this week's Wi-Fi news.
News updates. Wi-Fi news for people who need it.
Wi-Fi news for Wi-Fi nerds. In Bangladesh, if you're in Bangladesh, there's this app called Bonton, which is a Wi-Fi sharing app, which apparently you download the app and you can host your home or business Wi-Fi for other users in the nearby that need internet access, which vaguely sounds like fun.
Right.
But I figured there's some mischief that can be done by this, you know.
At a minimum, it adds another access point to the repertoire of rogue APs.
Yes. If you're in Bangladesh, or if you know people from Bangladesh, you might want to look into Bonton. In a more interesting news, you're a big space nerd, right? So the Dragon spacecraft thing, you know, the SpaceX launch thing, right?
You mean the Inspiration 4?
Yeah.
Side note, go donate to St. Jude's. Fuck cancer.
Oh yeah, well, whatever not, but fuck cancer, yes. Inspiration 4 crew complained about the cold pizza on board. And to which Elon Musk replied that next time there will be free Wi-Fi and warm pizza. Now the next trip is sometime early next year, where there will be 3 businessmen and a NASA astronaut sent to the space station for a week-long visit.
Yep.
So how do we get them to install Wiggle?
Oh my gosh.
Right? So I say we need to launch a major Twitter campaign against Musk and Inspiration X for them to, one of them to have, I'll throw it in the chats. Also, Musk's response to it.
Yeah. When is the next launch?
So next year is what I read. I don't know. I don't follow SpaceX enough to know all their schedules, but
I forgot. I don't know when that one's happening. I was so like captivated and caught up in this, but this is a crazy idea.
Right.
I wonder. So I think the guy that's sponsoring that mission is going to be impossible to try to get and influence him to install something. But I think there might be 2 options that we could try, some sort of thing to get in front of him. But I am 100% on board with this.
right.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get Wiggle on its way to space. Hashtag launch Wiggle. All right, I want everyone to go tweet tonight's show for launch Wiggle.
Launch Wiggle.
Yeah, that's our hashtag for the night. Launch Wiggle.
The problem with this is the Inspiration 4 crew did not specifically ask for Wi-Fi. They asked for food and beverages like coffee, tea, pizza bagels, pizza sandwiches, veggie platter. The Inspiration 4 like people are rather wealthy, because one of their meal requests is Mediterranean lamb. I'm like, you're going to fucking space. Do whatever they serve you.
Dude, I would be fine with like whatever the base thing is. It's like you're going to space. Like, are you kidding me?
In their snack requests, they have ginger juice, granola bars, apricot. I'm like, dude, you're going to space. Deal with that goose shit, whatever they, serve you. But yes, we do need Elon Musk too. How about, it doesn't even have to be like it can be a burner phone with like just Wiggle on it.
Okay, let me throw out another idea to you, because what if we just start like a GoFundMe because we might be able to just get a small CubeSat and turn it into a wiggle box. Because
Right.
you can launch CubeSats with SpaceX for 30,000 a kilogram.
30,000. Well, we can make a. I mean, that only has to
I
be
know. We can do 30 grand.
it has to be all it has to be like an Android phone with like a battery pack on it.
Yeah, but we have a kilogram, so we can do a whole bunch of stuff.
I wonder if you can get it by DEF CON next year and we can get a talk out of it.
How we wiggled in space.
How we got wiggled to go space.
There was a company I was looking into, and they'll like manage the form factor, they'll handle all of the like launch appliance, everything, and then ground sat communications. And then you just pay them a flat fee. It is like 78,000 or something like that for a small research CubeSat. But yeah, that's definitely on my bucket list, is send shit to space.
Yeah, I think let's we'll keep this as a running thing. Let me add that to the show notes. How do we get Wiggle into space? How do we crowdfund Wiggle into space?
Wiggle and Kismet. I think we should accomplish both.
Yes.
Because let's put both of them in space.
Kismet in space. Neighborhood of Braggers. I printed a 1-year CubeSat on my 3D printer. Okay. Anybody got access to a missile? I heard there's a bunch of used ones in Afghanistan that we might be able to leverage. Shoot it up into space.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I heard your neighbors over in North Korea might do it for us.
True. But wait, you're in Utah. You can get what's that? FCC clearance for a weather balloon, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could literally just like launch a weather balloon into like suborbit. I wonder if the Guinness Book of Records will allow us to enter that into highest Wi-Fi scan ever done.
How do you create a new world record, like one that doesn't exist?
You apply to the Guinness Book of Records has on their website, it has an application form, and then they have to give you the parameters on which to someone make ones. I know a guy with a high atmosphere balloon group at the office. That office must be the weirdest office in the world.
Or the dopest office.
That's true. But you know, St. Con Wiggle Weather Balloon launch. Yes, that sounds like an awesome idea, Lozeling. Of course, Lozeling is the one who turns it up to 11, you know. Next week on his Twitter, we're gonna see, yeah, I launched a weather balloon with Wiggle on it. Like see like an Android phone tethered to a weather balloon.
Like these guys were talking about it. I did it. Lozeling, you are a boss. That's all I gotta say.
You are a boss. So yes, I think the problem is we probably won't pick up shit, but hey, well, you know, it'll be a fun experiment. You know, seeing the Wiggle screen in like with like a blue earth in the back would be kind of dope, you know.
We had to figure out like so we could real time it, figure out a data link, long range data link.
Well, I mean, there probably is a way. I mean, they did that. What's that high altitude jump from the Red Bull thing? Yeah.
Oh, another Red Bull link, another Red Bull plug. Nice job there, working on that sponsor. Yeah, actually, that was really cool.
All right, so can we switch to hydrogen? Yes. The Hindenburg play. All right, well, that was the news. Let's try to get Wiggle and Kismet into space. Yeah. I hear you have some minor stuff you want to share today.
Yeah, so I started digging into things a little bit more and ran into some roadblocks. So I figured let's share them here and let's figure out what's next and kind of go through some of the stuff that I researched and found out.
Cool.
You guys all down for that?
We get more bobcat skinning, I guess is the word, will be the right word.
Yeah. Hold on, let's switch to the overhead projector. Oh, the other overhead projector.
Camera.
The other overhead projector. There we go. Overhead camera. Thank you.
Projecting. I know.
I know my age. All right, so when we last left this project, actually, hold on, I'm gonna zoom this really quick. Configure video. It won't let me zoom. Why won't you let me zoom? I just want to zoom in. Oh, I know what to do. Oh, what the shit just happened? It just disconnected. Don't worry, I have a backup plan. Gosh.
Did you take some of the sub money for pair of pliers? Some of fucking dang.
Okay, let's do this instead. Let's see what we can see here. All right, we'll just switch
Never
to
to
the-
brag. I will let you know that he's not paying. I'm paying for the Zoom thing.
Wait, what happened?
Nothing.
What?
No,
Something?
neighbor of brag goes, you got to pay for the Zoom conference. And I just told him, like, you didn't pay shit for the Zoom. I pay for the Zoom.
Yeah, Kataro is the payer of the Zoomers. Dude, what is up with my lens of my camera?
Might want to clean it once in a while.
Yeah, might want to do that. I don't know what the dealio is.
Wow, this is some trippy shit, man.
Dude, this is really weird. What did I do? I feel like there's a cover on it still. Hold
No.
on.
I think you zoomed out too far and your focus is off. Or you zoomed in.
You think that's it?
Yeah, see, it shows something. So I think you're way too close into it. Pull out. That's what she said.
It already is.
All right. Do you have a date for your 100K? I'm wondering if I can manage to get the wife to travel and offer some support. I haven't set the date yet, so no. It's gonna be last minute thing because I don't know how the weather is gonna be in 2022. I'm good, but I'm not that good that I can tell the weather in 6 months from now.
Dude, I think my camera's busted.
Well, that was it. We were gonna do shit and then dark matter broke it. Yeah, it looks like your lens is whacked.
Yeah, there is something weird going on. Here, let me see if this freaking thing will come back up. This camera.
Epilepsy apart. He's trying to figure out how to push a trip to Japan.
So I
What?
started this live stream with dumping my drink all over my keyboard. So that should have
Yeah.
been a initial.
Anybody want to
Something.
take a bet on how much time until he electrocutes himself? Or seems shocked. See like eyes popping out. Ah!
Dude, this is really bizarro. Okay, where is that one? Okay. Capture. Hey, there we go. Okay, let's go back to this one. Damn it, dude! I don't know why my microscope is not functional. I hope it's not broken.
Some people, I think somebody said maybe you shattered the glass. Was it dropped in the hot tub? Hey, that hot tub was cleaned the other day.
Hey, the lens is fine. That's good. Let's see if it's the. Oh, I figured it out. You're never gonna believe this.
The hell is that? Plastic?
It's the plastic lens cover.
Oh.
This is brand new. I haven't even used it yet. My bad. All right, let's try this again.
You suck.
Let's see what comes up here. Hey, now we're getting closer. Maybe not.
There we go. I see something.
We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Oh yeah, you don't even see what I am seeing because you have a delay view. My bad. Sorry, Kentaro.
It's fine. It's fine.
So anyways, let me just ramble on while I'm screwing around with this. I did some research. Shout out to Mr. Bill too, by the way. Mr. Bill found some of the FCC stuff online. Let me pull up some of the parts here. It's so close. Why are you? So close. Okay. You like.
Oh, chill out, Milkman. It's not like you're going anywhere. Milkman.
Okay. I
Delay,
figured it out.
delay. Almost there. Yes, I've been told that many.
Boom! Hey, there we go.
I've been told many times almost there. There we go.
All right, so did some research here. Let me go pull up my notes. For those playing along at home, you can look at this FCC report, copy this into here to give you kind of an idea of, let's see, let me turn this so that I've got it set the correct way. There, okay, cool. Now we can see things that are happening. So basically, we already identified last time some of the components and some of the things that are on here. But thanks to this FCC report page, and thanks to Mr. Bill, shout out to him for finding their FCC ID, which happened to be on their website. Real quick, maybe I should do a pre where we're at.
Sure.
All right. So previously, we started tearing this apart. We physically tore it down, and we're taking a look at it. And so, in the meantime, basically what this is a cryptocurrency miner for the Helium network. It's basically an The reason why it's interesting for us is it's a IoT device that. Or an IoT enabling device. It's supposed to be like an IoT gateway. So you take this and you plug it into the internet, and then it rebroadcasts over 900 megahertz using LoRaWAN to try to convince people to hook up IoT devices to it. And then the whole business model behind it is that the people who use the IoT devices pay in the currency, and then the Helium currency, to be able to get access to the network and the data and stuff
Currency.
like that. Yeah, currency. The tokens. It's basically like game tokens, and the games you get to play is IoT, insecure IoT devices. So and this board itself, it's a rock chip board, and we found out last time from some of the basic research that we were looking up online that this board is basically used in TVs, smart TVs, and like this chip and this kind of stock configuration, smart TVs and that type of stuff. And their previous version, I do have a image link for that. Let me see. Let me pull that image up. Let's see, their first generation of the Bobcat. This is what I was actually hoping to get my hands on. Put this over my face. If you'll notice over here on the left-hand side, it might be kind of small. Let me make it a little bit bigger real quick. It's a Raspberry Pi. So that's a Raspberry Pi right there, just a basic, good old-fashioned Raspberry Pi. And then they've just got a jumper to the IO to their little custom board, which is basically just a converter board to a wireless adapter. So kind of crazy. It was just a Raspberry Pi. And then when I opened this up, it looked like it was something maybe a little more complex. But at the end of the day, this is just a custom Android box used for this. So in the process of digging through this to try to figure out if I get access to it, there are a couple of interesting ports. There's this one that has this nice little TX and RX next to it down on the backside.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it says TX and RX. So I hooked it up to an actual USB port, and it's definitely not USB. It freaks out the USB. And then the TX and RX, so I looked at the TX and RX so far, and I haven't been able to see anything on it. It's also at 1.8 volts, so it's not even TTL. It's like less than TTL Logic. TTL Logic's 3.3 volts. So yeah, 1.8 volts, Soma FM, Milkman. And then, so there's these ones. And also I just hooked my multimeter up to it. You can kind of see the little stabby marks that I made on that thing right there. I kind of damaged a little bit of the pads. Also, the pads, I did confirm connectivity to the USB micro. It definitely pins out to the USB micro. So this is how they're doing some sort of serial communication. So tonight, I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to hook it up to the oscilloscope. I do have an oscilloscope here with me, so that way we can see if it is proper digital signal or not, or if they're just high levels. Because I have a feeling that they're trying to block us out from getting access to it, because they have another port on here as well. This is another USB micro, and that USB micro, it's labeled as console. I've plugged it in with USB and plugged it in, or just plugged it in with a USB to my computer, and it doesn't show up as a device. So I wonder if it only shows up under specific circumstances, because if we look over here, we have two buttons. The two buttons here, we have a reset button and then we have a recovery button. I've been nervous about playing and testing with the recovery button. I think the recovery button is the load, like lock it into load firmware mode. And they don't provide access to their firmware. So a little background on their company that's interesting is they're doing over-the-air updates to these. So they're pushing them once they're established and connected. And the only way to establish connection to begin with is if you hook it up to Bluetooth first. So you connect it via Bluetooth. That goes through all the configuration, gets it online, and then it pulls. And they're, even on their forums and on their Reddits and everything, they're very anti SSH or like allowing you any sort of low-level access to this. So much so that they've even created this control panel called the Troubleshooter to try and help you. I was going to try to bring that up. Let me see if I don't have that set up on this computer. In the future, when we have some more time, I'll have it set up and I'll bring up the Troubleshooter and show you some of the things that it has. There's some interesting things that it has. So with that being said, we do have this transmit. We'll plug that in tonight and hook it up to the scope and see if we see any signals that are interesting there. And then the goal will be to then try to hook it up to maybe like my Saley logic analyzer and see if it's pushing anything there, or see if we can actually communicate to it. Mr. Bill says 96N81. You know it, that's the golden frequencies. Although I'm seeing more and more devices like the Comcast modems. I've been doing some reverse engineering on some Comcast modems. Those have been doing 115, 200. So I've been mildly surprised to see some of these awesome ones. Mr. Bill says probing with scope makes him Randy. That's hilarious. So then I was looking at other ways to get in on this device. So we've got the SOC here. Here's the SOC, the Rockwell RK3566, which I've got a spec sheet for that. Here, I'll put it in the chat so everybody knows what this thing is, in case you want to go and do some follow along research on your own. And then adjacent to that, if we look at up here to the top, we have an SK Hynix chip. Let's see if I can change the angle really quick so we can see it. There we go, SK Hynix, and that's just a good old fashioned 4 gigabytes of RAM. That's just a RAM chip. And what's interesting is how many traces it takes to make RAM. Look at all those yummy traces. And then the other thing that's interesting about this is we do have the flash chip, which is here, and it's a 4C FSE 1 alpha Sierra Lima Delta, and it's a 34 gig chip, which is unusual because they're usually 32 gig chips. So also this is an eMMC chip for flash chips. So as I've been looking for entry points, since this is an eMMC chip, that means that there are only 8 data lines, or 8 total wires rather. There's power, ground, and then 6 data lines, I think. if I remember right. And thanks to this dope guide from Black Hat Talk from 2017, put this in the chat too, some interesting research documentation for all of y'all if you want to check this out. I want to go back and watch this talk, but basically the talk was called Hacking Hardware with a $10 SD card reader, and as part of the exploiteers.rs, they're the group, if I remember right, went through and did a demo at DEF CON where they hacked 100 IoT devices.
Oh, right.
In 30 minutes. Yeah, that talk was super dope. So it's pretty impressive what you can do with the $10 SD card reader, because that's all you need for eMMC that they're using on this. So that's cell phones, that's IoT devices, any type of storage. I even saw a YouTube video today that they were hacking a Chromebook. That's the storage device on the Chromebook, was just an eMMC device. And so there's a number of ways that you can do this. So if I can't find any other way in, I'm going to chip off this, and then I'm either going to dead bug it, or I've got a friend who has an eMMC adapter. I'm going to go ahead and try to pull this off so I can get an image, so that we can get an image of this, so we can get in there and taste all the juiciness.
I mean, you can lick the terminals too, you know.
Lick the terminals?
I heard that word.
Interesting. I haven't tried that one
You
yet.
get to see the source code in your eyes. Like
So I need to like film my eyes as I'm licking the terminal. Word, got it. So then over here on the right hand side of the of this, we have this cute little rock chip device. It's the RK809-5. And all that is, it's interesting because this is a really advanced PMIC, which is just a power management integrated controller, or PMIC. And it's just a really advanced one. And what's crazy is it even has battery control capabilities. So this device could be hooked up to a battery and be controlled via this little rock chip. So this is basically taking 3.3 volts in, if I remember right, and then it's pumping out all the 1.8 volts, 3.3 volts, and other things. It seems to be a pretty nice power control chip, but it's not doing anything magical. It's just doing power control and could do battery management, some other things. And it's specifically a rock chip, which is interesting, goes along with the sock. But next to that, we have these little pads exposed. And I measured all of these with the multimeter, and I did not see anything. It appeared to me like these were floating, so I don't think they're connected to anything. However, and this is why I wanted to put them under the scope, is if you look right here, there is a trace. But if you notice about the trace, and it's being jumpered, let me see if I can grab a pin here to point out. This pin is clearly being traced to here, but they've desoldered this. So I wonder if these pins, they are in fact floating, but they've taken off the jumpers here so that it's in production mode, right? So, but if you're doing testing, this is how they're programming the sock and the flash. So that's a mission I want to do, is try to figure out where these pads are going, and then based on the other side, and see if they are going to the flash. It would kind of make sense because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you only need one data line hooked up to connect to the flash. But also JTAG is 8 pins. So I don't know if this could be JTAG, it could be the SPI. I don't know. There's a lot of things it could be. It's interesting trying to figure this out, trying to get to the bottom of it. So let's see what else is interesting on here that I found the other day. I don't know. We're getting close on time, so I'm going to go ahead and try to scope this a little bit. Let's see if we can go back to my 2 view. And in this view, let's see if I can show the O-scope. This is dangerous.
Okay, this is where it is gonna go horribly bad.
This is where I'm gonna let the smoke out of my $600 miner.
Neighborhood of Brack says drip a 0 ohm onto them and see what smokes. That's a good idea.
This.
I usually take a 9-volt battery and just start plugging it in left and right and see what smokes. Just see like
You, sir, are a genius, aren't you? You know what'd be awesome is if this scope was made with a kickstand in the back. That'd be cool.
that should be doable. Yeah, you could build that.
Yeah, I could. if I knew how to build
Doesn't it have
stuff.
like a signal out port?
Like a video output?
Mm.
Probably. That's
Just
a little
haven't
bit
figured
above my pay grade. So this is just my right.
Let's take that scope apart first and then see. If
Yeah. All right, let's start with the scope here.
Mr. Bill goes, follow the spark. Exactly.
Follow the spark.
Hey, Milkman, when you get your own show, you look into that before the showtime.
Wait, it's what?
Milkman's like, would have been to look into that before the show. Just saying.
Look into what?
I have no idea because Milkman's grammar is off today. Would have been to look into that before the show. And I'm not even a native speaker, and I think that grammar is wrong.
All right, so
Living in a
jump
class.
around.
We should just get diligent on the USB scope so you can want all the stuff on your PC monitor. Yeah, well, he does have a buy me a coffee, so if you want to fund it, buy him a coffee.
Wait, what are we buying me?
Diligent and analog discovery USB scope so you can see stuff on this PC monitor. Whoa, Jackalope is here! Holy shit, Jackalope is here! Jackalope is here!
I just had a thought.
That's
Oh, my
usually
thought
not.
is, welcome, Jackalip. Good to have you.
My brain is faster than my fingers right now. What do you mean right now? That's usually the case, ain't it?
We're gonna
When?
put this on top of
What's up,
this.
Jackalope? Jackalope! Jackalope!
That
Holy
might
shit,
short out. Then we're gonna attach this to here. Because why not? Now we're gonna try to see what I really need is just like one more set of hands here. Why don't you come over here and help me, Kentaro?
Okay, here I go. Just hold on. I'm just trying to step into the camera. Almost there. I need to lose some weight before I can squeeze myself through the camera.
How do I exit the help menu?
Neighborhood of
There we go.
We are waiting for fire and smoke.
We were promised fire and smoke. Okay, so let's see.
I wish Lost brought back his let's blow shit up stream on Twitch again. I just
All right.
clicked it.
Let's see what happens here.
What happens? Here comes the smoke.
I'm not, let's see, what am I doing wrong here? Auto.
Try turning it on and off again.
There we go. All
There we
right,
go.
now we're getting a signal.
Yeah, good for him though. I like it when Lost playing. The problem is Fridays. It's usually Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning for me. So
Where's my trigger? Here we go.
yes, Jackalope, welcome to the dark corners of the internet, where nerds and scopes and where the real like I don't know what you call it, like dystopian garage cyberpunk happens. This definitely isn't a highbrow, like polished show. I mean,
No, not at all.
It's called the shit show, so I guess we're good. But
Yeah, it's literally in the title.
it is in the title. I used to own the domain realmotherfucker.com. And I
Really?
used it for all this other stuff, the flame shit. And people are, well, you're an asshole. It's like, look at my home, look at my domain. It says so right there. Yes, you are home, Jackalope. You are always welcome into our house.
Okay.
You know, this is gonna turn into one of those episodes where we end up on like CNN, where like guy streams live how he burned down this house kind of thing.
And then tonight we saw somebody burn down their house on live.
We see noise. Yes, we see noise.
Yeah, I don't. This is the same thing that I'm seeing. That I saw with my
I see watch.
with my
People are asking, where's your ground?
plugged into here. Right there. Oh, it just pulled it to ground. Yeah, I don't know. This is basically it's just holding it high. So I don't think, and then also over here, there's a little LED and the LED is on. So I'm going to turn it off again and see if maybe there's a boot up sequence that we can catch. No, it just holds it high. So yeah, you can just see that it's just holding it in the high position.
Oh, color change though, right?
Yeah, the color's changing because of the boot status. So it goes from red to green as soon as it's ready. So yeah.
Oh shit, Jackalope hosted our on her show. We're all doomed.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my god, they're gonna find us. I have to put my anonymous mask on.
Let's look over here on some of these pads real quick because we only got a few moments left. We can go ahead and start our wrap up. I'm just gonna tap some of these that I know are connected but not connected. Let's see, I think it was the far side on this one.
And then we see a massive spark and camera goes dead and
the camera goes dead. Life as we know it is over. These two are going to the same thing, it looks like, so it's probably not one of those.
Either poof or a bunch of aliens show up at your door, or some men in suits to be like, sir.
Sir. I wish. That's like my dream.
What? Men in suits showing up?
Yeah.
We're talking about government agencies, not strippers.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, so here's my next strategy is tomorrow. I'm going to chip off this thing. I'm going to do a little bit more looking over here, and then tomorrow I'll chip off this, and then, yeah. So who wants me to chip off?
Well, if you're going to chip it off, then try recovery and all that, and then like bypassing the desoldered floating points and shit like that.
The what?
Try all the things before. I mean, once
because I can always solder it back on. I just have to reball it first. That's in my wheelhouse, Kintaro.
All right. I was thinking more of a one-way destructive mode, but have you confirmed the shoe is connected to the marked ground pad? Well, that's a good point, I guess.
No, I have not. I will add that to my list of things to do.
Well, I mean, you can do that now, right? I mean, you can just ground it to the ground pad and check the RX.
Wait. Oh, well, but I need to solder. I would have to solder a pin on to be able to do that because the ground, it's just a tiny little ground pin.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But I could check if the ground is actually connected to the what I think the chassis ground is.
Right.
Hold, please. I can do that in 2 seconds while you start plugging all of our things we need to plug.
While he does that, I got some couple announcements I need to make. WOPR Summit, great conference. They are looking for a 10 to 20 minute talk at the WOPR meetup coming up on October 2nd. They're accepting submissions. So check them out on Twitter, twitter.com, WOPR Summit. And then that will be, they're looking for talks. Clay runs it. It's a good show. You should definitely do submit it. And, like I said, I mean, getting your talk in is always great. Not because of social status, but, you'll find a lot of people, more people that have a shared interest, and you learn a lot and you share a lot. And so it was a good fun times to do that. This isn't Twitch, it's OnlyFans.
And you can see by the zeros on the screen that it is in fact the same ground plane. So ground plane confirmed.
Okay. Ground control to Major Tom. So anybody figured out today's tweet?
Today's tweet.
Yeah, I had
It was a puzzle.
well, I mean, it wasn't kind of an easy one, but the significance of today's tweet. It was a scorecard, music score.
I didn't even retweet that one.
Twitter didn't show it to me. They were back. Well, okay, fine. Losaling ringtone. No, it's actually a song. It has to do with this whole episode. So the song, no, it's never going to give you. No, it's not never going to give you up. It's actually Christine 16 by Kiss. The reason why it's Christine 16 today, because it's our 16th episode.
Oh yeah.
Right. And that's the first part. You'll be like, oh yeah, Christine 16 episode. Yeah. There's even goes even further. What was the chip on that Bobcat miner? It was a rock chip, right?
How dare you?
So Kiss, right?
So many
Rock band,
layers.
the biggest rock band in the world, Kiss. Christine 16 on our 16th episode, and that's how we play it. All right.
That's multi-leveled Kintaro right there. That's amazing. I love it, dude. I love it.
See, not all puzzles are like all crypto and shit. It's just sometimes it's just staring you right in the face.
Oh my gosh.
Are we good for next week, or should we need, I don't know, will you be traveling again?
We should be good.
All
Let's
right, well,
say yeah for now unless something changes.
Yeah, just keep an eye on our Twitters and Twitch and whatnots. Also, if you have a YouTube account, just go follow us. You don't have to subscribe to our channel. Just subscribe to our channel, but you don't have to look at it because it's all the same episodes. The Twitch archives are running out, so if you missed any of our earlier shows, they're all on YouTube from episode 1, where we came up with the Wireless Shit Show name, till the hot tub themes and all this other stuff. So but yeah, so
yeah, we need to power level that a couple of subs so we can get our vanity name.
Yes, and it'll be funny if we get the Wireless Shit Show Twitter verified before both of us get Twitter verified.
We just got to do something that has notoriety.
No, the Wi-Fi busting QR code is not up there yet. I'm waiting for iOS 15 to officially be dropped before I drop that one. Because, I mean, the fix is out already, but, you know, people don't upgrade the miners. They do the bigger upgrades. So I'm waiting for that one. So,
yeah.
Anyway, that's it for today's show. Stay safe.
Thanks, everybody. We love you. Love your faces. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon.